My first guest, Brendan, is a student at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and one of several fraternity brothers who acted so bravely during recent campus protests that they made national headlines.
There were students and non-students that were camped out in the middle of the quad of our campus, calling for a ceasefire in Israel, holding up signs that protested the war, but also had a lot of anti-Semitic rhetoric written on it. I had brought an Israeli flag, and one of my fraternity brothers showed up, and I was like, do you want to hold this flag with me? And he was like, yeah, let's do it. Had a lot of people come up to us, scream at us, tell us we don't belong there, that we should kill ourselves. We watched the protesters surround the American flag, take it down, and put the Palestinian flag up. And at that point in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? We were supposed to be united no matter what our beliefs are, under that flag, under American values. The chancellor came out with a police force and then put the American flag back up. They weren't able to raise it all the way up because the flagpole was broken. And that's when a lot of my fraternity members and other people that were there in our group moved towards the American flag and held it up and represented our beliefs. We showed that our Jewish values matter, but so do our American ones. And it was important to stay there as a group and hold it together no matter what was said. When you hold your values so close to you and they're part of your identity, it gives you the bravery or the confidence to be there. So I'm a proud American, and I love this country.
Well, you say you're a proud American, and America is proud of you, including me. Let me tell you something. Brendan says after October 7th attacks, students began chanting, "Hamas is us. We are Hamas." So it's like, we are terrorists, terrorists are us. How did that fit in your ear?
It didn't. Yeah, I mean, it was very hard to hear that on my campus, on a place where I'm supposed to feel safe, supposed to feel that I should be proud of my Jewish identity. And when you hear that, it's like, that's the exact antithesis of everything I believe in. And it was hard that students were there supporting that. I mean, after that, I wear this bracelet. It used to say I stand with Israel. It obviously washed off, but after that, I realized how important it was to, stick to my beliefs and my identity and be proud of being a supporter of Israel.
Yeah, I'm shocked at things we're hearing on college campuses, and it's okay for me to sit here and be shocked. You were in the middle of it, and this all happened after 5 days of encampment on the university, right? I mean, it was right in the middle.
Yeah.
Brendan says that protesters took down the U.S. flag, and they did this repeatedly, right?
They tried to do it a second time. They did it the first time successfully, and that's when the chancellor went out and put it back up.
So the chancellor put it back up, and then what happened?
And then eventually they left because the flagpole was broken. And me and my fraternity brothers were like, okay, this can't happen. We can't let it touch the ground. We can't let them take the flag. And we stood there with the Israeli flag and the American flag proudly. It's what we believed in. It's part of who we are.
They were throwing stuff at you?
Yeah. My friend was hitting the head with the water bottle. I had multiple water bottles thrown at me, full water bottles, not empty water bottles. I had water poured all over me. Someone took yogurt, poured it all over my flag. And it was a really tough situation. It
never even occurred to you to walk away and give in to the pressure?
No, I'd had enough. I think, my fraternity brothers for the past year have been hearing all of these things on campus without a voice on the other side. Whether you support or don't support the war, I support Israel. And a lot of the things that's being said is, Israel doesn't have the right to exist. They don't believe in, Zionism. If you're a Zionist, get off my campus. Resistance is not terrorism. And those things are scary to hear as a Jewish student. And that day, we weren't just there to support Israel. We were there to support the Jewish community that was still grieving October 7th, the community that has felt silence since October 7th, that they can't support what they believe in, and, the hostages that are still being held in Gaza. And that's important to all of us. And we were there that day, and nothing was going to stop us from representing that and our beliefs.
How do you think it's gotten so twisted? Because it started out, pro-Palestinian, and then pretty soon, even that thin veil is dropped, and then it just becomes pro-Hamas. Then it's death to Israel, death to America. It morphed really quickly, and I've heard things said on campus that I never thought I would hear in my lifetime. I thought never again would we hear things that you heard in the Hitler youth camps. It's just, it's astounding to me. They can't understand what they're talking about.
These are people that I actually agreed on a lot of things with, you know, the social justice movement and everything that went on. And those same people are saying these things that scare me, scare a lot of Jewish people, and make us feel that, you know, we can't speak up. And, you know, it's very hard to hear and hard to comprehend because they believe that they're supporting something good, and that's what's scary about it. And to me, like, Hamas, no matter which way it's twisted, is not good and is, you know, a threat to everyone.
I've talked to families who were members that were held hostage for like 50 plus days, then they were released, but their family members are still there and know the atrocities that are going on. I've talked about it. Conversations I've had about it have been picked up tens of millions of times across all media. They can't not know from me, from others discussing this. They have to know what they're supporting. And you felt like this isn't a political thing. This is just, we're on an American campus under an American flag. We should be unified as Americans.
Yeah, we should be, no matter what we believe in. You know, I'm a Jewish American. You know, Jewish is a huge part of my identity, but so is America. And no matter what I say, we're gonna be under that flag, and it should be together. And unfortunately, that day, we, as a student body and as a people, we weren't united under that flag. And I think, and I hope that people look at this situation and realize, you know, no matter what our beliefs are, no matter what our identities are, we live in this country and we have to find a way to move forward. We have to find a way to have open dialogue and find a solution together, not apart.
I interviewed the prime minister in Israel, and he said, you hear them say from the river to the sea, and pointed out, here's the river, there's the sea, everything in between is what they want to wipe off the face of the earth. That's Israel. Yeah. Do you think they understand what they're saying?
I don't know. I think some of them do. I think a lot of them, again, think that they're supporting a good cause. And, you know, a lot of the people that support this cause have supported other good movements. And so they trust them, even though that they might not be as educated or know as much about this movement as they did as others. And it's scary, you know. Israel is supposed to be a safe place, you know, for everyone, for Jews. And when they say they don't want that and they want all of the Jewish people gone and in their own land, you know, what am I supposed to feel as a Jewish student on campus? How am I supposed to feel welcome?